Alright guys, so let's talk about what I watched recently. I'm having an easier job doing these videos together instead of separate because I've just, like I said, work has been hectic. I've had a lot of stuff in life that I've just it's kind of hard to make all these videos one by one and then upload them one by one. My internet also sucks, to be honest, here where I live, but I feel like it's easier talking about these movies through all at the same time. So let's get started. I watched four movies today, or not today, four movies this week. I did watch one movie today, and the first one I will talk about is the one I watched today, which is Turning Red, which is the newest Disney Pixar movie, exclusively to Disney Plus, which I think is again kind of sad because Pixar has some of the best animation ever, and then having it not on the big screen, I feel like is a little bit of a disservice to it. Even though we've got beautiful 4K TVs, I still think that watching a movie like this in the theater is a different experience. So it's a shame that it's just the Disney Plus again, just like Luca. And Soul was, I think Soul was exclusively on Disney Plus as well. I think the last two were exclusively on Disney Plus. So we haven't had a theatrical Pixar movie since Onward. So it's really weird to see that. But the story of Turning Red is about this character, Mei, who realizes on her 13th birthday that she can become a giant fox creature. And all she wants to do is go to this boy band concert. And her mom won't let her because she's turning into this monster. And I really like that idea. That's really funny and really interesting. This is like Luca. This is very un-Pixar with the animation. In terms of the character models, the character models look so weird in this one. Not in a bad way, but in a different way than usual. This feels very anime-esque, very Japanese type-esque. And it's really weird looking at it. But I didn't mind the character models. They just look so un-Pixar to me. Like you usually get the typical Pixar like human characters that look like the like normal characters. These ones don't, and I understand that they're doing another country, another set of human beings that look different than like American human beings, but like it's interesting the animation that they do in this, and I did really like it still in terms of the animation. I'll give it this: I thought that these characters were really interesting and really funny, and they all have a really good camaraderie with each other. Mei has four other friends, and they all have really good chemistry, and it's about them just being friends and going through life and on this journey of just this character becoming a fox type creature. I really enjoyed that. And I like that this is the first Pixar movie directed by a woman as well. Domi Shi is her name. Did a great job. And I really, really like this one in that aspect as well. It's another Disney movie where there's not really a villain until the end. And the villain is built up. The villain makes total sense, but it's definitely one of those movies, and Disney has been doing this for a while, where they're not really having true villains anymore. They're more anti-heroes, or they're characters who did one wrong thing and become a villain for a while, kind of thing. So I still appreciate that, because it's like you're not really making heroes and villains completely black and white, but this one with the villain, it kind of was just at the end, which wasn't a bad thing, but in terms of that, in terms of the animation, which still is astoundingly gorgeous, despite just having interesting, different looking character models. Which, like I said, they're Asian character models. They will look different than American, but like they even made them like have giant mouths, which just feels like un-Pixar, even though the animation is still great. And I do still appreciate the fact that they're doing another set of human beings that aren't American. The fact that it looks different animation wise, but it just is a little different in a way where it's like I didn't dislike it, but I just thought it was not the most interesting character models, just like Luca. It's very cartoony character models, and it's weird to say because this is Pixar, but the before these last two movies, like Soul especially, they made these characters almost astoundingly realistic looking, and it's so weird that they go to this goofy, cartoony looking animation of these humans in these two movies, in this and Luca. So it's not a bad thing. It's just a distraction that like these characters look so cartoony, as opposed to how they started to look in the last couple of Pixar movies like this, like including Soul. So I still like the movie overall. I thought the movie was good. I thought it was well paced. I thought it was interesting. It was funny. These characters were interesting and fun, and the voice acting is really really outstanding. The main girl, I don't know what her name is, the actress who voices her, but she's really great as Mei. Um, Michelle Yeoh, who is great in everything, is the grandmother in this, and she's got such a great distinct voice, and she's just meant for acting and voice acting, and I really love her voice, and it's great like usual in this. Um, so yeah, Turning Red I enjoyed. Next up, I'm going to talk about Alligator 1 and 2, which I got the Scream Factory releases really recently, and I forgot to pick them up before I started this video, so they're back on the shelf. You can see Alligator right there, the first one. Alligator 2 is over there because it's not a 4K. I've been, with the Scream Factories, I'm kind of getting the 4Ks together because I'm going to eventually get more, so I'm kind of sorting them out. But Alligator is set in Missouri, which home state. It's set in Missouri where there is a alligator that is gigantic and has become ferocious because of nuclear waste. And it's really weird because this one is very simplistic, and I know, it's weird to say it's simplistic. It's a horror movie, a cheesy horror movie, but like this one felt simplistic in a way where I still dug it. I thought that this one was fun. This first Alligator movie really was interesting. Robert Forster plays the main guy in this, who is really good, and I really like it. Robert Forster as an actor. He was great in this and fun. And the movie is, what can I say? It's Jaws, but an alligator. It's just like Piranha or something like that, where like it's trying to rip off Jaws, but this one does it pretty effectively. Like I did like what they did with this. I thought it was interesting with the characters. I thought that the alligator was intimidating. I thought that it didn't have that much of a sense of atmosphere to it, but I thought it was creepy in some ways. Not in terms of how it looks, but just some good moments of like suspense. This one looked kind of plain to me. But I liked it. I thought it was fun. This one I really don't have much to say about, but it's entertaining. And Alligator 2, I watched as well for the first time, which, wow, this one, I'm not ashamed that I bought Scream Factory's release for it because I love collecting Scream Factory movies, as you can see back there. But Alligator 2 is bad. I didn't like it. It was so boring and so uninteresting to me personally. It is basically the first movie again. Except you see the alligator less, and the characters are not interesting at all in the slightest. You got Dee Wallace in here, which is cool to see her, and I guess she does have a couple okay lines in it. I like Dee Wallace. Kane Hodder's in this as a background character. That's cool. This one has some gory moments, but it's like it's nowhere near like the first one. The first one had that great wedding massacre at the end where I was like, wow, this is pretty awesome. And this one had nothing really that stood out. It was really just bland and generic, and you barely saw the alligator. It has nothing to do with the first one, but it's called Alligator 2. Yeah, this one sucked. I wasn't a fan of Alligator 2. I didn't. If I watch it again, maybe one day I might. But like as of now, I didn't like it, and I didn't really enjoy it that much. But who knows? Thoughts can change. Maybe I'll watch it again and be like, yes, this is what was so good about it that I missed the first time, kind of thing. Um. So yeah, Alligator 2 I thought was pretty lame. I also watched Regarding Henry, which is a movie from 1991, I think, starring Harrison Ford and Annette Bening. And it's about a man named Henry, who Harrison Ford plays, who he gets shot in the head and survives, but then loses his memory. So you watch this great story of trying to him and his family trying to get back to some sense of normalcy because he has lost his memory, he's lost his basic motor functions, he's lost everything, and he slowly is gaining it back. But I really like that it makes him change as a person, because before this happens, he's a douchebag. He's this guy who's a lawyer who, of course, is a corrupt lawyer, like a lot of them are, where like they're gonna do this thing and then they do it to where you can get away with it, and then as he slowly gains his memory back, he becomes more self-conscious about his previous life, about doing all this horrible stuff. So I thought that was interesting, and I really really liked Harrison Ford's performance in this. Harrison Ford is a great actor already, but he's usually just the action star from most stuff that I've seen him in. But wow, I really love the emotion that he gives off whenever he's lost his memory and lost his brain functions. Like he is so good. The fact that you see him, like the faces he gives to try to comprehend what he's thinking when he's not really thinking anything, is great. And he's got this great friend who works at this hospital that he's at, like taking care of him, and he is so funny, so genuinely kind, and the fact that these characters bond together is really cool. And the fact that you've got Annette Bening, the wife, who is struggling with what to do. She's going to run out of money. She doesn't work. The daughter tries to get her dad to remember stuff as well. And I really just like the family dynamic as well. The only thing I had that I thought was weird about this movie was it just kind of ended like in a way where it didn't feel like it was complete. But besides that, I really liked Regarding Henry. This was a really good Harrison Ford movie, and I enjoyed it. Really good. And then the last movie I'm going to talk about today is Rest Stop, which is from 2006, starring Jamie Alexander from Thor, who plays Sif from Thor. That's great to see her in this. And Rest Stop is about her and her boyfriend get tracked by a guy at a rest stop, and they have to survive. And it's pretty basic. It's a pretty basic like revenge movie where like it's she's just really trying to survive this, trying to survive the killer. And I do like the fact that you don't see the killer really at all in a good frame. Like it's creepy with you don't see who it is. I like that they did that. I thought that was interesting, or entertaining as well. But this movie is gross in a good way. Like the effects are really really nasty. There's a scene in particular with Joey Lawrence's character who pops up close to the end of the movie where I sat there and was just in shock at what they were doing, and I really thought that was great. It also looks pretty good. Like it's definitely a lower budget horror movie, but like it looked interesting and entertaining, and to say the least. Jamie Alexander was really good in the role. It really, I thought it was a really solid horror movie, and I thought it was entertaining. And well, I don't know about entertaining. It was really interesting. It wasn't really entertaining because it was nasty, but like it was a totally serviceable like woman gets revenge kind of thing. I thought that was fun. Like I enjoyed Rest Stop. So I've got Rest Stop 2 as well in this 4-pack that I got recently. So I will watch Rest Stop 2 as well, but I liked the first one a lot. I enjoyed it. So if I had to rank these movies that I watched this week, I'd say that Regarding Henry was my favorite, then probably Turning Red, then Rest Stop, then Alligator 1, then Alligator 2. Like I thought that Alligator 2 was definitely the worst. Alligator 1 had fun moments. It was entertaining. Rest Stop I thought was freaky and in a good way. I thought that Turning Red was a really fun character story and really cute and just fun. Or regarding Henry, I think Takes the Cake is the best one this week I watched. I just really liked that one. I really liked Harrison Ford's performance. So yeah, pretty much all I could say today. All the movies I watched this week. So I might keep doing this, like in terms of reviewing movies together in one video because it's so hard to review them all at once or keep reviewing single reviews of them because some of them I don't have that much to say about. So I feel like this is easier sometimes to say it to review them this way. But yeah, that's it for today, and I'll see you guys later. Take care.